Many of us regularly feel exhausted and unfulfilled. And a big contributor to that is our struggle to feel good about ourselves in ways that don't work. In this video, you'll learn how to recognize these types of struggles in signs of hidden low self-esteem and secret insecurities, and how to fill your cup in better ways. So stay tuned. Hey everybody, welcome to Becoming an Expert at Self-Leadership. I'm Maika, I'm a psychologist, and happy to see that you're back or that you've just found this channel. Feeling basically okay about ourselves is a core emotional human need. And when this need isn't met, we get sick or we act in ways that cause more problems for ourselves and others. When this need isn't met, we live with the assumption, the core belief that something's fundamentally wrong with us, that I'm a screw up, I'm behind in life, I'm unfixable, I'm broken. This is both a belief and a feeling. If you feel like that sometimes or often, I have good news for you. That doesn't have to be permanent. We can heal this painful and unhealthy sense of shame and low self-esteem. Healing low self-esteem means stepping out of the core belief of being fundamentally broken, inferior, or unworthy. This takes time and practice, but it's an extremely important and powerful process on your personal growth and healing journey. The trouble is we often don't go that route. Instead of working on and changing our core beliefs, we stay stuck in them. We keep living from the core belief that we're fundamentally broken. But because that is painful, we enter a permanent struggle against and fight with this belief. We repress low self-esteem, we deny it, we defend against it. And all of that defending and struggling and fighting costs us a lot of energy, exhausts us, leaves us feeling depleted, and it never really works because in the end, it doesn't change our core belief. So deep down, it doesn't change how we really feel. Here are some examples of what I'm talking about, of these things we do to fight against a sense of low self-esteem instead of transforming and changing it. Endeavoring excessively to appear normal, superior, or like you've got it all. Being preoccupied with appearances, your image, reputation, status symbols, name dropping. Always having to prove something and being overly competitive. Always needing to be right or to comment with your own interpretation, having heated debates, many of them. Speaking with a condescending tone, making comments that aim at putting someone else down. Feeling superior to others and investing a lot of effort into demonstrating your superiority. And this is not a rational superiority. This is more like a fundamental sense of being superior in every single way. Feeling contempt for people that aren't as educated, wealthy, or accomplished as you secretly think they should be. Excessively demanding admiration, always needing to be the center of attention. Living mainly in fantasies, books, movies, games, or vicariously through the lives of celebrities. Not being able to apologize or listen to feedback, getting defensive easily and blaming others. Not being able to remember an instance of feeling guilt. Compulsively asking for reassurance or fishing for compliments and validation, not being able to wait for that to come naturally. defiant insistence that you don't feel guilty about something, mental conversations with others in which you prove them wrong. So the more of these we engage in, the greater the distance will be to our authentic self and to other people in our life. And the more we engage in these, the more time we spend in this fight, the more exhausted we'll be. And most importantly, these attempts at feeling good about ourselves don't work because they don't address the underlying issue of what's fueling them, our core beliefs and feelings about ourselves. Imagine yourself walking through life without needing to prove anything, without needing to be on constant guard, without needing to prove others wrong in heated debates, without needing to be hyper interesting and entertaining all the time. Imagine your life without all the frustration and exhaustion that goes along with that. Imagine instead intimate emotional connection because you have the capacity to make room for other people and their needs. Imagine the freedom and fulfillment of being at peace with exactly who you are fundamentally and with your room for improvement, flaws, and quirks. This is what we're aiming at when we're looking to let go of secret insecurities and low self-esteem and subconscious defense mechanisms against them. How to turn this around. The most important key in bringing about this change is, like so often, awareness. Practice awareness of what drives you. Look up for the drive to compensate low self-esteem, to disprove low self-worth, or deny it. Pay attention to things you do very often in a mechanic, compulsive, or impulsive way, and things you do with a certain emotional intensity behind it that doesn't seem to fit into the situation, that seems a bit over the top. So first, you'll become more aware of your defenses against low self-esteem when they're in action. And as you observe this, you'll start noticing the impulse to fight against a feeling of low self-worth before you've acted on it. And then when you feel that impulse, take a deep breath and relax the area in your body that's around the place where you feel that impulse, and then label it for what it is. Labeling means attaching a verbal description onto that impulse. This is an unhealthy and unhelpful impulse to defend against feelings of low self-esteem. It's based on the misconception that something's fundamentally wrong with me. If I act on this, it will hurt other people, my relationships, and my well-being. The next step is to create some distance from this feeling and the grip this core belief has on you at that moment. And psychologists and therapists call this defusing, disidentifying, unblending from a core belief, an inner part that's been activated, a thought, a feeling, an emotion, a sensation. And you've already done that by noticing it, by labeling it. And next, you can increase the distance even more by switching into a sensation of a healthy core belief that expresses a sturdy sense of self-worth and self-esteem. And even if you can only sense that very minutely somewhere inside of you, switch into it and make space for it, give it room. And again, you can use words to express that feeling. Like, I do have room for improvement, but fundamentally, I'm okay the way I am. I'm enough. I'm welcome. I've got what it takes. I'm valuable. I'm lovable. I matter. I can be myself. I've got this. And then you can let that core belief and feeling guide you for what you want to do next. That's in alignment with your deeper values and healthy sense of who you are. What's important to keep in mind is that the goal is not to never feel vulnerable, guilty, ashamed, or insecure. All of those feelings are part of what it means to be human sometimes. The goal is to learn to respond differently to those feelings when they come up. To learn to respond in ways that keep you on track with your goals and values and increase your sense of joy and fulfillment in life, that protect and nourish your relationships, and responses that are intentional. Responses where you have assessed what's going on and then made an intentional choice about the inner place from which you want to act, instead of acting impulsively based on patterns that you acquired in the past to defend against threats that are no longer present. And that starts with awareness. So that's the main goal, awareness. Practicing and developing an open-eyed honesty towards your inner world that allows you to see what's going on. And that open-eyed honesty needs to be accepting, needs to be empathic, it needs to be non-judgmental. I will stop here for now. Thanks for joining me. Leave a comment if you'd like to share something. We are a kind and interested community here. If you're new, remember, consider subscribing if you want to see more videos like this. Check out my weekly email newsletter and online courses that I've created for all of you at the links in the description box. Till next time, take care, and remember, instead of seeking superficial consolation that leaves you dissatisfied and exhausted, look out for yourself on that deeper level of practicing authentic confidence and self-esteem.